Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Harmonia and this is another chapter of the How to Build series. Roda a vinheta! I divided the ranged heroes in three groups. In the last video, we talked about the auto attack group. So if you wanna know how to build those heroes, all you gotta do is click the card. Today we're gonna be talking about the skill regen group. These heroes are most reliant on their weapon skills to win their matches. So the most important stats to have on them are weapon skill regen speed, defense, and HP. Why? Like for example, Future Knight. It's not every map where she can land her auto attacks that easily. So you gotta rely on her weapon skill to chain your opponent and win the match. But for that to be done, you're gonna need enough toughness to take some hits. Because you're gonna be running around, you're gonna be waiting for your skill so that you can win your match. Let's start with their weapons. As you can see, my weapon skill regen speed is at maximum, while HP and defense are quite high. So your first priority in all those heroes will be the weapon skill regen speed. Then HP, defense, and of course attack is always good to have. If you get high attack, you can lock it and you can roll the weapon to get enough weapon regen speed. But keep in mind that HP and defense are really important for those heroes. For example, Lucy. I did lock her attack because I got maximum roll. So if you're rerolling a weapon and you get a maximum roll on attack or in weapon regen speed, when rerolling for those heroes, you should keep them. And keep rerolling that to get enough HP and defense so you can survive long enough to be able to chain your opponent. Otherwise, you're gonna have a fast regen speed, a high attack, but you're not gonna stay alive long enough to make stuff happen. In this case, I did lock the skill damage because it was a sub options. Sometimes sub options, they might not come. So since this one was high enough, I probably didn't have enough option change stones at the moment. So I just locked it and tried to get the best as I could. But keep in mind, weapon skill regen speed is the most important status. I did make some mistakes with my Mayreel's weapon. I've got high attack, maximum defense, and HP, but do you see that my weapon skill regen speed is only at 10%? That was a big mistake. I should have rerolled until I had the maximum weapon skill regen speed so that I could lock it and then I could reroll for other options. I've been trying to get the maximum weapon regen speed in this weapon, but it's been really painful because sometimes it doesn't even come. So if you're trying to be effective when gearing those heroes, try to always lock your weapon regen speed first, and then you can move on to your other status. Like my Noxia, for example. I did everything right with my Noxia. I got the weapon regen speed, then I got maximum attack, then I locked both of them. And once I got the maximum defense, I locked it, and I went for the high roll on HP. For example, Veronica. The only stat locked here is the weapon skill regen speed. And since it has a high HP and a high defense, I chose to leave it like that. Even though it doesn't have high attack, Because the thing is, once you chain your opponent, most of the times you're gonna kill it. So, of course, the attack is important. But I would rather have weapon skill regen speed, defense, and HP over attack on those heroes. Bari is the same. Weapon regen speed, then HP and defense. Great. The attack's almost maximum. That's awesome. Of course, there are some exceptions. Bari is mostly used nowadays for raids. She can be used in arena with Mayreel, but if you're building characters for raids, you should always focus on high attack. And weapon skill regen speed is only gonna be important if this hero is your leader. Garam, for example. It's really important to have a high attack on Garam while having weapon regen speed and all the other stats. But it really depends, because if you're building Garam for raids, attack and weapon regen speed is all that matters. If you're going for arena, then you're gonna need the HP and defense to stay alive, because I don't know if you guys know, of course you know, but Garam is really squishy. You gotta have defensive stats for him to stay alive, or at least try. Of course, in all those heroes, the skill damage is also really important since they are weapon skill regen heroes. But I would say the skill damage is always a bonus. In my opinion, the attack is more important than skill damage, but they're both important. Not as important as HP and defense, in my opinion. If you're using Arabelle as your Colo leader, it's really important for her to have Weapon Regen Speed. Moving on to accessories, the best budget option for any hero in the game that needs Weapon Skill Regen Speed is gonna be the Gold Pocket Watch. This is the best unique accessory in the game, in my opinion, because it has Weapon Skill Regen Speed, HP, skill damage, and attack, while having a real high base defense. You won't find any other unique accessory that has this amount of weapon regen speed with the same stats. For example, Wedding Ring of Earth also has weapon skill regen speed at 10%, but it doesn't have the HP stats. Like other unique accessories, like this one for example, only 6% weapon skill regen speed, it doesn't have skill damage. So you're not gonna find any other better option in the unique accessories other than the gold pocket watch. Listen to me. Save all gold pocket watches you get in this game. Let me show you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 gold pocket watches at maximum limit break. Those are pretty easy to farm. I mean, you gotta have luck to get them in Mystery Evolution, but eventually they will come by. But is it the best option of them all? No. The best option of them all is the Earth Necklace. It has the same 10% weapon regen speed while having a way higher base defense, higher HP, higher attack, and it negates the defense down effect. So you're not gonna be death broken by Nari, by Lilith. It's just an insane accessory. Its biggest issue is that it is an epic accessory. It's green, which means you're gonna need a lot of luck to get copies of it on summons, or you're gonna have to farm green hammers to limit break it. I don't have it limit broken. Mine is still at level 78, and I'm still considering going down that road. Other than the Earth Necklace, those mirror accessories are amazing when it comes to overall stats, because you can have a real high attack, but you're gonna need a lot of luck because you're gonna need HP, defense, weapon skill regen speed, and skill damage basically on every hero, and you're gonna need a lot of luck for that to happen. It will take a while, but it might happen someday. But let me show you an example of those accessories. When you see my future knight, you say, whoa, that's amazing, she has a mirror accessory, that means she's perfect. No, this accessory doesn't have the maximum base defense, even though it has weapon skill regen speed and the maximum basic attack. It's not as effective as the gold pocket watch because it's not perfect. Those accessories are only good if you get the maximum base defense and the other stats. Because let me show you. My future knight has 103k DPS while having 423k toughness. If I put a gold pocket watch here, do you see that she gets 4% extra toughness and only 3% less attack? She gets better. I mean, she loses 2300 DPS, she does, but she gets 17k extra toughness while getting skill damage. So did you see that a simple gold pocket watch can be better than a mirror accessory? I mean, I use my future knight with a mirror accessory because I have the other items on other heroes. But if I would go to arena with the future knight, I would change this mirror accessory for the gold pocket watch, So these accessories, they can be amazing, but you're gonna need a lot of luck for them to be truly good, Otherwise, other unique accessories can be way better. Like just in terms of stats, if I put this on my future knight, my Ring of Belief, I know it doesn't have weapon skill regen speed, but I'm just comparing stats. She gets 1% extra attack and 88% extra toughness. That's just because this accessory doesn't have, it has good stats, but since they're not the best ones, do you see where I'm trying to get here? So, the best accessories would be the Earth Necklace, the Mirror Necklace, remember with good stats, and the one and only Gold Pocket Watch. I've seen some people using this one in Arena. I don't really like it because the base defense is kinda low, but the damage is insane. So I've seen a lot of people using those on melee heroes, and it seems to be working out, you know. I haven't tried it yet because I don't have max limit broken Minotaur's necklace. But yeah, it can also be an option. When it comes to Colosseum, everything changes. This team, for example. Noxia is a Weapon Skill Regen Speed hero, right? But in Colosseum, she's holding the... But in my Colosseum team, she... But for my... Caralho, Murilo. But in my Colosseum team, since she's not the leader, she's using the Greed Earring. She would be using the Ring of Belief, but that's on my soul. But why, Harmonia? Weapon Skill Regen Speed only matters to your leaders. So, as you can see, my princess has the Gold Pocket Watch, while my other heroes do not use them. So, for example, I was trying this team earlier, and even though Veronica and Future Knight are Weapon Skill Regen Speed heroes, in this case, since Noxia is the leader, I would be gearing her with the Gold Pocket Watch. Let me just get another one. This one. I'll be gearing my Noxia like this. While Veronica, I would have to put this on her, because since her Weapon Skill Regen Speed doesn't matter, you gotta go for stats, you know? So I would put Veronica like this, since she's not the leader. And Future Knight, I would probably run her like this. So this way, your team would be way tankier and it will deal way more damage because you're just putting raw stats on them, you know? But when you're going to Arena, that's when you're gonna need your weapon skill items. Let's talk about cards and merge together. As you can see, my Mayreel, double defense cards. Lucy, double defense cards. Also, they are holding the elemental merge. Noxia, double defense cards. Future Knight, attack cards, but that's an exception to the rule. When it comes to these heroes, I rather run them with defensive cards. My Future Knight has attack cards on her because I was using her in Colosseum, and in Colosseum I rather go with attack cards. But in Arena, if you're gonna be playing for your skill, you're gonna need to stay alive. And to stay alive, you need defensive stats. So unless you're playing with Ogma in your team, you could risk going with attack cards, but I always go with defensive cards on them. So you can have more toughness to keep the battle going until you have your skill. Like Veronica, she's also holding defensive cards. Like you could use HP cards on Veronica to make her healing better, but that's situational, you know? Like if you're pairing her with Ogma, you could take advantage of his passive and use HP cards to get more defense from his passive while getting more healing for yourself. So there are exceptions, you know, but basically defensive cards will be better on those heroes. The same goes to mercs. The elemental mercs have amazing defensive stats. So Noxia holds the dark one, while Mayreel holds the earth one, and on and on and on. Defensive stats are really important. So for cards, defense are the way to go, in my opinion. You could go with attack, but that doesn't make much sense, you know, because they're not auto attack heroes. You're gonna rely on your skills, so stay alive so you can make stuff happen. Other mercs that are really good. The Mayreel cushion can be really good for them. Like it has a lot of skill damage, which means you're gonna be dealing tons of damage, and it has high attack while having a bit of HP. So you're gonna be relying on your skill to deal the most of the damage. But it doesn't have as many defensive stats as the elemental merges have. These ones have 9% extra defensive stats. So It's just a matter of choices, you know? Would you go with more skill damage or would you go with more tankiness? It's like both of them can work. Like I don't really like this statue on those heroes, for example, because it has no defensive stats at all. So if you're gonna be running around, if you're gonna be kiting your opponents to land your skill, this is not helping you with anything, you know? I don't really like this statue on them personally. I've seen some people using the plane on heroes like Veronica, because when you're about to chain your opponent, they're probably gonna be below 60% HP. So this will make them take a lot of extra damage, but also this doesn't have any defensive stats. The smile face cushion is also a really good option, because if your plan is to stay alive, this 15% extra shield will help you to make that happen, you know? The little princess figure is a bit tricky, because this can be used if you have Veronica in your team, for example, because it will decrease all the damage you take by 15% of the increased skill damage. So if you're playing with Bari or Veronica in your party, the one that holds this merge will take 15% less damage according to the skill damage of the party, according to his skill damage. And if you have a skill damage party buffer, you're gonna be making this merge really effective. You're gonna be making your hero really tanky. Also, when it comes to cards, keep in mind that injury cards, wait, keep in mind that injury cards are really important for arena when you're facing lanes or even to avoid the injury damage that comes with some chain skills, you know? So injury cards are really important in arena. And that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you liked it. I really hope I helped you out. And if there's any questions, any doubts, or anything, just let me know in the comments that I'll be happy to answer, alright? Thank you so much for watching.